From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the San Francisco 49ers.
Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here's Pirine. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full slot. Go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Consecutive gains of 1, 2, and now 3 yards brings up 4th down.
Here we go.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And that is going to be incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
Let's go, defense. Yes! Here we go.
From the gun, Love going deep for Diggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
White. Hey, check 24. 11. Check 50. Check 50.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Check 56. So we got man.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Mostert. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Hey, tighten down. There you go. 11.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. We're scoreless after 1. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
You can't block me. You can't.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Get in the white room. Get in the white room.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Completes it to Samuel. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
11.
Now it's Breida. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Switch it. 21. Here we go.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's able to find Diggs. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run on first down. It's Hunt. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2nd and 9 now. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Love. It's complete to Diggs. A gain of 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Love. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cortland Sutton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. And how about this decision? Tie game, first half, but here's an onside kick. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
11.
Here's Burrito. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Watch the whip.
At the Vikings 45-yard line.
21. Here we go.
Check with these dead.
On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
20.
Mostert busts through the tackle, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10. This is Mostert. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go. 21. Jim. Check.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Check, check, check.
21, 21.
56, the mic, boy. 56. Check, 56.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The quick slant caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Right there, 54. 54 mark. 55. Jump, jump, go! Check, 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 check. What happened?
Operating from the gun. Love trying to lay one up deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Squeeze, squeeze, get in there. Yep. Pop. 54 is Mike. 54.
To throw again. Love. He completes this to Sutton. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even. They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here we go.
Man, I got you. Monk's 56. Target.
21.
25. Check 25.
21.
Check 4.
Flag.
He's coming.
We got.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
To throw is Garoppolo, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Come on, set, 8, read. Here we go.
Throwing again. Love. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they look very aware that those could happen on any given down.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On 4th down, Love. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Slam.
Watch that.
13.
Check 31. He's crashing. He's
They run again with Breida. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They run with Breida, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Watch the run. They're running it.
Lock, lock, lock! Six, six!
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah,
Six, six!
Watch the backer, watch the backer.
12, 12! Get hot!
On second and 15 now. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
White.
Watch the ship.
11.
Check three. Showing up.
Get hot!
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
I got you.
12, fellas, here we go.
Check 13.
11. Get hot!
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. Got his target, Samuel. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Here we go.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
First and 10.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
SOS.
11.
SOS.
2.
I'm trying to collect.
58, right over there.
Get hot!
There's Garoppolo on first and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for second and 23. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Ninth play of the drive now on third and a country mile.
Hey, alert!
Watch out.
11.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this off into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarkowski Tart, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
This is Breida. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Danielle Hunter in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
4 down. Check. 41 Mike, right here. 41. 12.
That QB's trash. Let's go. 41's coming. 41's a Mike.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what, and the ball comes out, Love lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. That'll bring up second down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Back to the air on second down. Love. He's going to sling this deep downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now Mostert. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
You got tight. You got tight right there. He's checking. He's
21.
On the handoff, this is Breida. Only a couple there, so he'll be brought down about the 28.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
13, 21. 21.
They go counter with Breida. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. So left side, it's complete. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 43. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession. So they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Goodwin able to hold it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Garoppolo now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10.
13.
Now a give running left is Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Check the backer.
Here's a handoff left side to Breida. There he goes, left side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 5th touchdown now on the year. Here the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Marr now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. This side, baby. That's baby side.
56. Mike, 56.
Nick.
Switch it.
Back to throw. Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. to throw again. Love. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch safety green. Watch safety green.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off near the 42.
Here we go. 12.
That would give to Breida. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.